Today we'll be talking about the latest wave of WWE releases, Aleister Black, and much more. Let's start things off with the biggest topic in the headlines right now, and that's the April 15th WWE releases. This recent wave of WWE releases is giving everyone flashbacks to April of last year, when WWE fully emptied out their locker room due to pandemic budget cuts. Well, here we are, one full year later. WWE is coming off a successful, huge WrestleMania event, but it looks like they still did that usual spring cleaning of the locker room. A spring cleaning with some huge names that left everyone's jaws on the floor. Let's go down the entire list of WWE superstars that are no longer with WWE. WWE has confirmed the releases of Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, Samoa Joe, Blake, Tucker, Kailsto, Bo Dallas, Chelsea Green, and Mickie James. Some names there you can see why they were let go by WWE, but there's also some big names there that should have never been released at all. So Blake and Tucker are probably the ones that make the most sense to be on this list. It was clear immediately after the breakup from Otis that WWE had absolutely zero plans for Tucker. So like he said on Twitter, it was just freedom for him. Blake, another superstar that WWE tried a few things with, but in the end, they had no plans for him. Bo Dallas hasn't been seen since 2019, but his release is still quite surprising. Bo Dallas has been at the forefront of a lot of Bray Wyatt theories lately, with fans wondering if he could cross paths and join his brother Bray in the Firefly Funhouse. But he's unfortunately now gone from WWE. Kailsto is another surprising name for a few reasons. Kailsto has been gone from television in recent months, but he was very active on social media with these promos he was uploading. They were getting retweeted by WWE's official accounts, and everyone thought it was leading to something big. But no, it was leading to his WWE release after all that hype. Now is where we get to the very surprising names of the list. First, of Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe was one of WWE's biggest signings several years ago. He took over NXT with so many classic matches. He came to the main roster and continued destruction there as well. He even had a feud with Brock Lesnar for the Universal title, which was no doubt the peak of his WWE career. But then he transitioned into being a commentator, and that left everyone wondering why he wasn't in the ring. Why would WWE and Samoa Joe waste valuable time of his career with him calling matches? Don't get me wrong, he was a great commentator, but of course, we'd rather see Joe in the ring himself. But Joe also seemed happy with the release. He posted a message that said, "Be well," and he also noted that he does have to wait 90 days before he could work elsewhere. Chelsea Green was surprising because we never really saw her get the chance to shine in WWE. She did a few things in NXT, but then it would get switched up and changed. She debuted on the main roster in 2019 against Charlotte, but then was pulled back to NXT. Then she came to SmackDown in fall of 2020, but had an arm and wrist injury. There was even word that WWE extended her deal a few weeks ago. So to see them turn around and release her was quite the shocker. But Chelsea Green also seemed to be excited about her release. She posted a picture of her old Hot Mess character and was looking forward to bringing her back wherever she goes. Mickie James was also released, which was surprising, but not that surprising at the same time. Mickie James was obviously the veteran of the women's locker room, but wasn't doing much on TV. Mickie James was even a legend on WWE Legends Night, so that made fans wonder if she was retired. We also had Chelsea Green and Mickie James teasing the stalking fan storyline on social media. We all took that as a sign that the storyline was coming to WWE television. But once again, that led to nothing, and now they're both released. Now let's talk about the top two names that shouldn't be on this list. But unfortunately, they are, and that's Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. Peyton and Billie were on top of the world in 2019, winning tag titles at WrestleMania. That was a big win for them, but even as the tag team champions, they were still barely on TV and didn't even have an actual real feud for the titles. They eventually lost the titles and disappeared from TV for several months. They would come back in 2020, tease a breakup, but then stayed together. They stayed together all the way until summer of 2020, when it was someone's bright idea on a Monday afternoon right before Raw that they should split up the Iconics that same night. No build-up, no purpose, no reasoning, no storyline, no direction. Someone just got up that Monday morning and said, let's break the Iconics up for no reason. And it was done. The Iconics were split up and everyone was heated about it. But we all looked at the bright side and said, well, let's see if Peyton and Billie's singles career take off now. Maybe they have a plan. We couldn't be any more incorrect. It was very foolish to assume that WWE actually knew what they were doing and had a plan for Peyton and Billie after their breakup, because they absolutely had no clue what they were doing. Peyton Royce's character said it was her time to go solo and make a scene in the women's division. What direction did WWE take her singles career in? They paired Peyton Royce up in a random tag team with Lacey Evans, which had everyone looking at WWE and Peyton's character in a weird way. You take her out of the Iconics to put her into another random tag team? So what was the point of the Iconics breakup? Peyton cuts the promo of her life and how her potential was haunting her, and she was ready to go solo with Lacey Evans being gone, but WWE didn't capitalize on that at all. Billie Kay is always entertaining, everyone loved her, and she knew how to make you laugh when you saw her. We thought Billie finally found someone that hired her with Carmella, but now she's been released. So as we can see, there was no plans for them after their breakup. They just made these big decisions of breaking teams up without having any idea where to take them. That was all of the WWE releases for now. We'll see if any more releases come out in the coming days. So let's talk about Aleister Black. Aleister Black's WWE future has been one massive question mark over the last few months. His wife, Zelina Vega, had a sudden departure from the WWE and was fired after an entire situation that was going on there. A lot of people assumed that Zelina's horrible departure from the WWE would be the end for Aleister Black's WWE career as well. There was talks of him going back to NXT. We've seen superstars like Finn and Ember Moon go back to NXT and see a lot of success, but nothing happened there. Then, with this massive wave of released superstars that WWE had no future plans for started to come out, many fans feared Aleister Black would be in that list, but thankfully, he wasn't a part of that list of released superstars. There's actually some great news for Aleister Black. Reports claim that he's currently filming content for his WWE return. There's one theory out there that maybe Aleister Black is working with Alexa Bliss. Alexa's attire from WrestleMania was similar to Aleister's, and the way she was sitting down with her legs crossed seemed to be another reference to Aleister Black. That theory is a bit out there and most likely isn't true, but what seems to be true is that WWE is going to give Aleister Black another chance. But then again, with the last-second changes and decisions we've been seeing them make, it honestly wouldn't be a surprise if they ended up not liking what they filmed for his return and canceled those plans too. WWE is notorious for canceling big things like that. But let's hold out hope that we actually do get to see Aleister Black's WWE return. What are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.